What's up, everybody? It's your favorite combatant's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Maketoys Giant and TFC's Hook. And I think it's Dr. Crank, and I don't even know the other one's name. And this Hook was one of my favorite guys as a kid from the constructicons, but you know, the G1 had one big issue, which anybody who had the toys as a kid knows. The legs would always break. It just wasn't kid friendly, at least not American kid friendly, because we're a little bit rougher than your average, if you know what I mean. All the time you'll see in conventions and flea markets hooks with broken toes or broken feet. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. Let's get into them. The G1 looked perfect in the sense of the cartoon. Rolls like a champ, even still. You had the crane that had mobility this way, and it turned at the turntable, and this came out to there. So, you know, all in all, that's pretty impressive. And also, due to transformation, you could kind of pull this out and wiggle it around a little bit. I remember, you know, kids would do this. I mean, it's kind of a cheat, but it's a pretty cool cheat. The Maketoys one rolls like a champ. It has this front bump out piece, which is really nice, very reminiscent of the G1. Some nice detail even with the back, the back window piece, which is cool, you know. Very nice stuff. This is one of my big problems. This Devastator head that's just kind of always there. The turntable goes up and down. It's also soft ratcheted and soft ratcheted at the turntable as well. And it has the hook, and it protrudes to there. So, or extends rather, would probably be more accurate. And then there's all silver paintwork there, which is nice. It's nice. This guy rolls like a champ. Doesn't have the extremely accurate G1 look here, and doesn't have the window on the turntable either. But it has some really nice mechanical detailing all about, and it has the really nice, you know, that they've kind of stuck with thematically, where the pistons, you know, kind of sheathe themselves. Mine didn't come with a hook. I think there was something that plugged onto the side. I bought mine secondhand for a really good deal, and it's just, you know, I have regrets about that now. But anyway, it extends much further than this guy or this guy. And so that's a plus. And you get the up and down, and the turntable moves. So, all in all, 3 solid, but you know, neither of these are, none of these are perfect. Well, except for the G1, he'll always be perfect, just because. But you know, this doesn't look as cartoon accurate, just the overall look of it, and this one does, with the exception of this big dumb head there. And you know, you can take that off the ball joint there, but you know, then your part's forming and you're kind of cheating, and I'm okay with that, but you know, it's just something to be noted. Okay, so to combine mode, this came out like that, and it turned around like this, and then that was really it. There's a headpiece that came on here and then locked it into place, and this combined here, and this spun out to combine the other arm, and that was that. For this guy, this comes off. This hinges around forward like this, and then plugs back in, and then the head comes up, and that is this opens here for a port, and this opens here for a port, and there you have him. His mouth, well, we'll get into all that when we do Devastator, but that was that. For this guy, similar technique. Unplug that, spin this around. Head comes up, spin. This actually, I'm sorry, this flips up and locks it into place, and then this plugs into that. Very nice. These spin out for the ports. Alright, you know what the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over, knowing the same result and expecting a different one. So there you have it. Now mine has always had a problem with that kind of staying into place. I'm not sure if yours has experienced the same thing, but mine definitely has. And, you know, very nice. So there these all are. And, you know, we were missing the hook, you know. And this can go on here like this, but it hangs way off the back, and it seems inappropriate, but I usually do it. Just I pose them a certain kind of way. This one actually works a bit better, even though it still hangs off the back crazy. Because it sits up a little bit more forward, it kind of works a little bit better. But I think they have him use it as a weapon and whatever. Robot mode. So very carefully, we have to transform the feet, and you had to unplug this and then spin it to the side and then close it back into place. What happens is kids just pushed here, and the pressure of this little plastic piece pushing against this would snap it. You know, same on the other side. And arms out, head up, and that was hook. And you had a knee bend, you had a shoulder swivel, and a head hinge. This guy, close up the flaps. You can put the head down. You got to kind of release this gray piece. I'm going to take this off just for the time being. Close it back up. Let's see if we can't get something to happen here. Alright. There we go. Unlock the legs. And this forms the kneecap. And it's the same on the other side. And I think that that is it for this guy, for the legs. And then the arms, I think, are just in there tight. And there we go. My giant is much. Oh yeah, and then these slide out to the side. Now this is kind of where this guy fails for me, because I have a hard time bringing these shoulders down. We're going to spin it here. Ooh, it's just so tight, it makes me very nervous. And tight's a good thing, don't get me wrong, but it makes me very nervous. You got to put a tremendous amount of stress on those ball joints right there. And I mean, it's holding up fine, but it seems like it should be a lot smoother. Flip up the head, it tabs into place, and spin it around. And like, I don't know if anyone else's is supposed to come flush the shoulders to 90 degrees sticking out, but like mine seriously won't. And yeah. Head is on a ball joint. Shoulders are on these hinges that are a pain. And ball joints at the end, double jointed elbow. Nothing for the wrist. Waist does nothing due to transformation. Hips are on ball joints, thigh swivel, bent knee, get you everything you want. You can also flip this up if that is a big deal to you, or you can keep it down. Up to you. This guy, we're going to kind of do the same thing. Unplug there, unplug the head, unplug that, come around, snap together. We're going to put this head back down if we can figure out how to do it. And his head stores away, I mean, really, really nicely. You know, unplug the arms. These shoulders come down much easier. Feels like they should spin though. I guess they're supposed to be here. Okay. These side tires flip back. Unplug the legs. That kind of self-transforms, which is pretty cool. Like it pushes up on it and pushes the piece forward, which is, you know, it's pretty cool. And then it has these spurs. Which are tight like a tiger. There we go. Spin the head around for good measure. Let's get this arm in place here. And that's this guy. And I got a joint. I got a loose joint. So head is on a swivel, and bicep swivel, and a hinge shoulder here, and in and out here with the bicep swivel, and then hinged elbow, getting you past 90 degrees all the way full rotation. Nothing for the hips, nothing for the waist because of the same problem. And then the hips are actually on ratcheted universals, which is nice. Hard ratchets too. And then a thigh swivel and a knee, getting you a double jointed knee, getting you anything you could possibly want. So really posable. And that's that. So there they are. And none of these are perfect, but they are all relatively nice. The problem that I have with the Maketoys one is the shoulders. The fit and finish doesn't seem right. The tolerances seem wrong and seem off. There's also not a whole lot of interesting things going on with this body. It's all very simple. The only thing that is interesting is the foot, and that's because it's cluttered with nonsense, including a Devastator foot that can come out and say hello to you if you want him to. This guy, I wish they would do something with the top of this headpiece here. I wish you could fold that back. You know, one hinge, how hard would that have been? You know, it's very plain here in the forearm section, but everything else seems really nice. So I really like this guy in robot mode. Add in those ratcheted universal joints for the shoulders, and you had me at hello. This guy is just awesome because he's this guy, but be careful with him because he will break on you. It's happened to everybody who's ever had one. I can almost guarantee it. The thing is that in robot mode, they both are pretty reminiscent of the G1. Sometimes, you know, usually either one or the other will get way left field with their own kind of reimagination of them, kind of like TFC's Mixmaster or Maketoys Long Haul. They kind of go way off the reservation, but these two are pretty much close in the ballpark, which is nice. If I had to go with one, I'd probably go with the TFC one here, but it wins by a nose, not by a landslide. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. I mean, you know, if nothing else, it's nice to have two hooks that aren't going to break on me. You know, my G1 hook, the one leg, always broke. You can't find, it's hard to find a hook without a broken leg. He's like the pirate of the Transformer world, like the peg leg, like the...
Hook is the one with a large phalanx-shaped appendage on the shoulder, correct?
Unbelievable. And it's not on his shoulder. I don't know why you need to have it on his shoulder. Strange. But yes, he has a crane. It kind of went away when he was in robot form in the G1 cartoon.
So it went away and came back and then grew.
You are a weird dude, man. Room full of guys, guess which one isn't watching my kids? Like, okay, you know,
Skullface, you believe I'm coming on to you?
I feel like a little bit.
Is that threatening?
No. It's all part of the growing experience.
I don't think it is.
You know what's kind of weird now that I'm thinking about it? As a kid, I never called my penis a penis.
What did you call it, Skullface?
A special purpose. I always found that to be a little strange. What'd you call it?
A ding dong.
How'd that work? You said, what do you call it now?
A penis.
That's imaginative.
Do you like to think imaginative things about your penis?
Sometimes I imagine it being a great conqueror of many lands. Sometimes I imagine it as a war pirate on a great ship. Sometimes I imagine it as like an Arctic Viking
proclaiming the land under the flag of bear. And then other times I just imagine it as a little groundhog burrowing about. I feel like maybe we are making some headway here because I do think about it a lot.
It's very natural, Mr. Skullface. Very natural.
But not the whole experimenting as a kid thing.
No, that's trauma. What did you call it, Mr. Skullface?
A tickle bug.